Coming to paperback and e-readers in 2021, John Haynes, Taking Care of Business. The man who rules the world breaks on a brand new partner to help him take care of business in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get John Haynes, Taking Care of Business in 2021 at online booksellers everywhere.
In a recent Radio.com article, Megan Thee Stallion stated that men fear WAP because they don't know what to do when a woman is in control. This is the most hilarious thing I have ever heard in my life, because she's sitting there thinking that because she's got this WAP that she's in control. But what she doesn't understand is that no woman's WAP has any control over any man. Now, the approach that Megan Thee Stallion is coming from is one that comes from the place of a woman who grew up in a dysfunctional single mother household. And most of these women who grew up in these single mother households, what has happened to them is they've seen their mother model this whole concept of using their sexuality to allegedly manipulate and control men. And because they've seen their mother using their crotch to try to manipulate and control men through WAP, is what they believe. What they think is that most men fear the WAP, but what they don't understand is no man fears the WAP, especially a man who grew up in a home with a father. Now, a man who grew up in a home with a father, he understands that a WAP has no real value, because he's not looking at a woman from the waist down. He's looking at a woman from the neck up. And he's looking at that woman from the neck up because that woman is a reflection of him, and he wants to have a woman in his life who reflects positively of him, and he wants to make sure that that woman's face reflects his, and he's not looking for some woman based on WAP. He's not even afraid of WAP. In most cases, he's indifferent to WAP, because WAP is only one part of a relationship. A relationship is much more than the WAP, and that's something your Megan Thee Stallion never learned, because she never had a father in her life to teach her how a man treats a woman. Growing up in a single mother household, all she's thinking is that men see a woman from the waist down, and that men are so scared of WAP because they don't know what to do when a woman is in control. But most of those women who go out here and present themselves through their WAP, they don't understand that they were never in control in the first place. Now, these women, they'll go out here and flaunt their sexuality to get the attention of a man. But what most of those guys are, when they see a woman out here doing that, they are just out here, and what they do is what she's doing is not attracting quality men like myself. What she's attracting are these low-level, low-seed beta males like your Pookies and your Ray Rays. And these men, again, do not fear WAP, because they know that that WAP is easy to get, because all they have to do is play to that woman's ego, tell her what she wants to hear, follow behind her, and let her think she has power and control. And once they start playing to that ego and playing her ego like a harp, what they do is get her a 2-piece chicken dinner, and they can get that WAP easier than they could from a woman who had a father in her life. And what happens after these men get that WAP is they go out here and they leave that woman alone after they've gotten their WAP, after they've done the WAP. They then dance out of her life and then leave her bitter and spiritually broken, because when women go out here and they are just selling their WAP, what they don't understand is they are becoming one with this man, and they are exchanging not only DNA but spiritual energy with this man. And that spiritual energy is what leads to women becoming mentally damaged by, like your Megan Thee Stallion, because she's thinking that WAP is a way to get power and control over a man, but that's not the way the Most High created relationships between men and women. No, when the Most High created relationships between men and women, he meant for the man to take the lead. And because he made the man the steward over the earth, the man is not intimidated by WAP. He is not afraid of WAP. He understands that he is the prize. He understands his seed has value, and he's not afraid of a WAP because a woman was never meant to be in control under the Most High Living God's order. Under his order, men are in charge. But your Megan Thee Stallion didn't learn this because she grew up in this single mother household, and she learned this white feminist idea that, oh, men fear women who are selling WAP. No, men could care less about WAP, because in a world where there are 4 women for every 1 man, no man fears WAP. No man really even cares about WAP. And when a man is on his purpose and focused on his goals in life, he's not even concerned about WAP, because he's the one following the Most High, and he's the one following the orders of the living God. So he's not afraid of WAP. It doesn't mean anything to him. And what happens to women like Megan Thee Stallion is they don't understand that this is why they get used, because they're thinking this WAP has value, but WAP is a dime a dozen, and WAP does not make a woman a wife. No, when a man is out here, he's not afraid of a woman because he's looking for a helpmeet and a support. And he's not afraid of a woman in control, because the women are never in control. They are just made to believe that they have power by these weak beta males, and many of these beta males are only submitting to her in order to sate her ego. And once they have sated her ego, what they do is get the WAP, do the WAP, and then dance out of her life. And then after they've danced out of her life, she's sitting there thinking she's got all of this power. But what is happening is she doesn't ironically see how much power she's lost, because she is just out here dealing with the lowest level of men. These male predators who go out here, these whoremongers who just use her body and have fun with her. And then after they've had their fun, they then go out here and make a mockery of her. So that's what happens to many of these women, like your Megan Thee Stallion. They become laughing stocks, and they can't see how they're becoming laughing stocks, because what happens to them is they just thinking they've got all this power, but they don't have any power at all. And that's sadly what is happening to Megan Thee Stallion. She's sitting there thinking, oh, men are afraid of my WAP. No, men are not afraid of that WAP, because they can get that WAP any day of the week, and they can get that WAP any day of the week, and they can get it for anything as simple as a fried rice and chicken wings, or they can get it for a 2-piece chicken dinner at Church's, KFC, or even the Arab red and white chicken place. So no man is afraid of WAP, and they do know what to do, because they know most women, all they have to do is make them think they're in control. But at the end of the day, these guys take charge, and after they've told her what they want to hear, they take control over themselves and dance right out of her life, because after they've done the WAP, they know how to make everything stop as related to these women who have bought into this false narrative of using their sexuality as empowerment. But there's no empowerment in your sexuality with most women because they're not really interested in seeing a woman in a sexualized fashion like that. So if you want to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. And if you want to pick up some of my books that present positive images of black women, you can find all of those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format, Smashwords, the iBookstore, and Google Play. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available in paperback and e-readers, E-Steam Blast from the Past. Hell's aspiring angel takes on her demonic doppelganger in this action-packed, time-traveling E-Steam series adventure. Get E-Steam Blast from the Past with a bonus E-Steam comic book, No Good Deed, in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere.